students. In my last session, we already discussed about the properties of determinants. Uh, in this session, we will discuss about the remaining properties and also some problems on the determinants. Let us see one example. Evaluate the determinant. Here they have given determinant 3 minus 1 minus 2, 0, 0 minus 1 and 3 minus 5, 0. We already know the expansion of determinant of order 3. See here, in order to express the first term and minus 1 raised to sum of suffixes and also the second order determinant, we directly expand with the help of these signs. First row sign is plus, minus, plus, and second row is minus, plus, minus, and third row is plus, minus, plus. You have to remember these signs. The in first row plus sign is because minus 1 raised to element present in the first row and first column. If you add 1 plus 1, you will get even number. That's why plus. Plus indicates the even number. Sum of suffixes of even number. Sum of suffixes. The answer you got is even number. Minus indicates when adding the suffixes, you will get odd. That's why it is minus. Here also in the minus 2, its sign is plus because element present in the first row and third column. If you will add 1 plus 3, you will get 4. That's why its sign is plus. Just you remember these signs. That is plus, minus, plus, minus, plus, minus, plus, minus, plus. Whenever you are expressing, you just use these signs. Either you will expand along C1 or R1. It's your choice. Here we will expand along the first row. That is R1. If you will expand along R1, first number is 3. 3 into deleting that row and column, you will get the second order, or otherwise you will directly multiply here. So 0 into 0 is 0. And in the formula it is minus only. Here minus of minus, 5 ones are 5 is 5, and minus of minus becomes plus. So in the formula it is minus. So minus. And next number is minus. That minus you keep it as it is, and minus 1. Deleting that row and column, just multiply first 0 into 0, that is 0, minus, and here also you will get minus 3. So it becomes plus 3. And plus as it is, and minus 2. Again you delete that row and column, you will get 0 into minus 5, that is 0, and minus 3, or minus 3 into 0 is 0 only, or plus 0, both are 0. So you will get 3 into 5, that is minus 15, and here minus of minus plus 1. So 1 into 3 is 3 only, and here you will get 0. So minus 15 plus 3 is minus 12. Just to remember these signs, and directly you will multiply the second order determinant, you will get the answer. Similarly, let us see the second example. Here also same signs, just 3, again express 3, deleting that row and column, 1 into 1, 1 into 1, 1, and minus as it is. In the formula minus, and here also you will get minus 6, because 3 into minus 2, 6. Again minus 4 and minus 4. Deleting that row and column, you will get 1 minus of minus 4, plus 5, 3 ones are 3, minus 2. Just you evaluate this one, calculate this one, you will get the answer. 3 minus of minus becomes plus 6. So 6 plus 1 is 7. Minus of minus plus 4. And here also you will get, you will add minus of minus, you will get 4 plus 1 is 5, 5, 4, 4 into 5 plus 5 into 1. So 7 3s are 21, 20 and 5. You will get 46 as the answer. Just to remember this signs, it is of 2 marks problem. Directly you can evaluate and write the answer. Next, already we will discuss about the property 1, 2 and 3. Now the fourth property is, if each element of a row or column of a determinant is multiplied by a constant k, then its value gets multiplied by k. If any row or any column is multiplied some constant, then its value, that is delta determinant value, is also multiplied by k. Or by this property, we can take out any common factor from any one row or any one column of a given determinant. Here in this property, we can take out common also. See here, verification. Just you take as usual one determinant, that is A1, B1, C1, A2, B2, C2, and A3, B3, C3. And delta 1 is the determinant obtained by multiplying the elements of first row. Here they multiplied first row by k. That is KA1, KB1, and KC1. If you expand it as usual, take the same signs, plus, minus, and plus. Here we will take out k as common factor here, and remaining whatever you will get, again it is expansion of the first only, delta. You just expand it and verify, you will get the delta value only. So whenever if you multiply any row or any column by a constant factor, the determinant value is also multiplied by that constant, and even though you can take out k as a common also. Similarly here also. So KA1 like this, if your first row is multiplied by k, we can take out k as a common. In this way we will prove this one. See here, example is there. Here 102, 18, 36 and 134, 17, 36. And we know that here 102 is 17 6 is 102 and 6 3 is 18 and 6 6 is 36. Here in all these 6 is a common factor. If you take out 6 as a common, what you will get? 17 3 6. And also down R3 you see here 17 3 6. Both are identical by the previous property, that is third property. If any two rows or columns are identical, that answer is 0. In this way we use the properties while solving the problems. Now the property 5. If some or all the elements of a row or column of a determinant are expressed as sum of two or more terms, then the determinant can be expressed as sum of two or more determinants. Here what they have said, if some or all elements of a row or column of a determinant are expressed as sum of two terms. Here A1 plus lambda 1, A2 plus lambda 2, A3 plus lambda 3. Here they express sum of two numbers. Suppose in this way the determinant they have given, then it can be expressed as sum of two determinants. Just we have to take first A1 and remaining two rows as it is, A1, A2, A3, and B1, B2, B3, C1, C2, C3 plus, and in the second determinant, that second term, that is lambda 1, lambda 2, lambda 3, B1, B2, B3, C1, C2, C3. If you will verify, you will get these two determinants. See here, first you need to take the LHS part and proceed here. See, expanding the determinant along the first row. Here you will get A, as usual, A plus lambda 1. Take A1 and bracket also one side, and lambda 1 into bracket on other side. Likewise, minus A2 into that common B1 C3 minus B3 C1 on one side. First you need to take A like terms like A1, A2, A3, and secondly you take lambda 1 minus lambda 2 and lambda 3, and the brackets remains the same. This should be equals to the determinant. If you will expand the determinant, you will get the same value. So A1, A2, A3, B1, B2, B3, C1, C2, C3 plus lambda 1, lambda 2, lambda 3, B1, B2, B3, C1, C2, C3. This is equals to RHS. So sum of if the determinant they have given sum of two terms, then it can be expressed as sum of the two determinants. See here, again here A, B, C, they have given example A plus 2x, B plus 2y, C plus 2z, x, y, z, this is equals to 0. Here also in the second row, see there, sum of two terms are there. That is A plus 2x, B plus 2y, C plus 2z. Again we need to express this as two determinants. First you take first term on one side and second terms on the other side. That is ABC on one side, 2x, 2y, 2z on other side. Here also directly see here. Identical R1 and R2. So first answer is 0. Here, see here. Here 2x, 2y, 2z is there. If you take out 2 as a common factor, just from the previous property, we can take out 2 as outside. Again, you will get x, y, z as common. Then R2 and R3 remains the same. So you will get the 0. So 0 plus 0 is 0. This is equals to RHS by using the properties. These properties are very much essential for solving the problems. Otherwise, we can't solve the problems. Now, the last property is, this is important for 5 marks problems. This property we use in 5 marks problems. If to each element of any row or column of a determinant, the equimultiples of corresponding elements of other row or column are added, then value of determinant remains the same. If each element, if you add the equimultiples of corresponding elements of other row or other column are added, the value of a determinant remains the same. If you add the equimultiples are added or subtracted, sometimes you will get the same value. The determinant value will not change. See where Ri, row operation Ri plus K Rj or Ci plus K Cj. See here, it will be clear if you solve the examples of this kind. Here just you remember these operations. A1 normal as usual, delta they have given determinant, and delta 1 here they have given A1 plus KC1, A2 plus KC2, A3 plus KC3. Here the delta 1, how it is obtained here? It's obtained by adding first row with K into C1, that is R3. That is R1 plus K R3. All terms you need to add. That is A1, A2, A3 plus and K they have added to the R3 third row. That is C1, C2, C3. In this way, we will use the operations. This is the proof. It is not so important. Just to see the example based on this problem. See here, they have given. Don't rush to express the two determinants, because here not only 2 terms they have given, here also 3 terms are there. That's why we need to operate the with the help of operations. We need to prove the RHS part here. See here A plus B, A plus BC. We need to prove that A cube, RHS is equals to A cube. And here we try to make the elements as 0, because if you expand it the determinant, it's not easy to solve this one. So with the help of operations, we used to simplify it simplify it to 0 in order to easy for the calculation. Applying the operation here, second row with R2 minus 2R1, because already in R2 2A term is there. If you subtract it from the first row, and the first row is multiplied by 2, so 2A minus 2A becomes 0. So in this way, from the third row also, first you see the column, see that A, 2A, 3A. We will make other 2 elements 0 with the help of A. And for third row also, 3A is there. So 3A minus 3 into A, that is R1, it also becomes 0. In this way, we will use this 6th property. For all elements, you need to apply this operation. So you will get first row as it is, because first row we not used any operations for first row, and second row here R2 minus 2 R1. So you will get first R2 row first element as 0, and second one is 3A plus 2B minus 2 into A plus B. So 2A plus minus 2A minus 2B you will get. That 2B get cancels, and 3A minus 2A you will get it as A. Similarly, if you solve, you will get 2a plus b, and from R3, the first element becomes 0, that is 3a, 7a plus 3b. See that. Now applying here, one again here in the R2, a term is there. Our second row, a term is there, and in third row, 3a is there. Again, the same operation, if you done means, you will get one more 0. That's why R3 minus 3R2. R3 minus 3R2. If you get first row as it is, second row as it is, third row 0 minus 3 into 0 means 0, 3a minus 3 into a is 0, and 7a plus 3b minus 3 into 2a plus b, you will get it as a. See here in the determinant, once you will get the upper triangular or lower triangular matrix. See here. Except diagonal elements, other three elements are 0 means it is, see here, it is upper triangular, because upper side you will get the triangle. Your downside, if you will get downside 0, then it is upper triangular. If you get upper side 0, then it is lower triangular matrix. If this case happens, well, if the determinant reduces to the upper triangular or lower triangular, you just multiply the diagonal elements, that is a into a into a, that is a cube. Directly you may write, or otherwise you can expand. Always you, while expanding, you can choose the row or the column containing maximum number of zeros. Here C1 containing the maximum number of zeros. So already two elements are 0. So just you can take the A, deleting that row and column, you will get A, 2a plus b, 0, a, and remaining 0, 0. So you will get a cube. Or else you can directly, as I have said previous, a into a cube. Once you will get these three terms as 0, you just multiply the diagonal. This is equals to RHS. So thank you.